you're having a good day today. It's getting pretty hot here in Portland, but we've got AC, so I think we'll be okay. I love the summer, and Portland, we get a lot of clouds and rain, so the summer is a nice break from that. Today I want to add a little bit of polish, implement a few things that I got for feedback, like upgrading the cursor. And I watched a buddy of mine play recently, and he said that, well, just by watching him I could tell that there were some things that weren't clear. For instance, whenever a tool was ready, the cooldown on the tool.
Wisdom Minor.
Really know how to use the swapper, that kind of thing. So I want to do that. I also want to add more options for the upgrades for the customers. Right now we have a couple upgrades for the what's it called, the stonemason and the
Wisdom Minor.
mill. The carpenter and the stonemason. But there aren't really anything for there's not much for the other two customers I have yet, so I think I'm going to get some of those. Yeah, so just doing some development, trying to clean it up. I think the upgrade system that I added before is working. There's some parts of the game, like some upgrades that make the game a lot more fun, so I think I want to improve some of them that aren't as much fun. I think the logs are okay. There's not a lot with stone, so I might want to add some for that. So if you're watching this and you want to play the game, if you look in the description, there's a link to the last update of the game. I would love to get your feedback. If you leave it on this channel or on the itch.io channel, that would be awesome. It could be things that could be improvements or bugs, but also as you play the game, if you think of cool, fun things like rules or tools to add, I would love to hear it. Some of the best ideas I've got have been from so thank you in advance. I'm just going to play through this a little bit. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good first round.
Round 2.
Definitely get an upgrade for carpenter. What do I want? Summer beam or steeple? I'll go summer beam. This one only gives you it gives you a big if you get full beam for wood. Yeah, not a lot of.
Tally up. Tally up! Final round.
Smaller query. I haven't found a reason why I want to increase to do with this stone mason.
Tally up!
Larger mill, more wood.
Choose wisely. Life is full of opportunities. Round 1.
Do I want a bomb or strength? I think strength is pretty good. It means it takes one hit instead of two. I think I'll go. Ooh, that's a lot of wood. I bet I can get a long log. Logs. so just
Tally up!
work on some gems. Gems are worth 10, which is quite a bit. Also, when you're getting upgrades, when the things are offer
Round
the
2.
raw materials, they're not actually flying to the right place, so I think I want to do that. Smaller quarry. I don't think it's default. More jewels or less? We'll do more. Okie doke.
Tally up!
Get this all the way over. Maybe. Oh, I need another one.
Final round.
We'll get close. 1, 2. Oh, I can. Okay. I should be making, I think, 75 for a long line because I have that upgrade. So I got a line here for logs. Here, yeah. One thing is when you get a log, you can't really do a lot with moving things down without affecting this long. Oh. I could get one down probably here.
Tally up! Tally up!
Yeah, I can't do that one.
Choose wisely.
Smaller query.
Life is full of opportunities.
Yeah, the choices aren't
Round
that interesting.
1.
More jewels or less jewels. I mean, a lot of money. That'll allow me to break the another slot charge. I don't think I'm going to be using drill. How's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. Yeah, so these steeples don't score as much as like a long line, and I really do need a way to be able to go in here and see my upgrades and change the order and how they score. I think maybe I'd have to click here and then have like the option of everything there to everything in the scoring should show up there, and then I can order them. I think that's going to require a medium-sized refactor though, because the logic is sort of built into the hold on one sec. Got a call. Hello. I'm back. What I was saying is that the reason it'll require a refactor is because the code that determines the different sort of ways that wood in this example are scored, it's not sort of like the which would have made it easier
Tally up!
to like score them. There's probably a It's not entirely easy to do. It'll still be good points, I'm sure.
Round 2.
All wood, man. Larger mill. It seems like everything eventually just devolves down to like lighting stuff. Reduce my jewels. Because now, you know, because everything's trying to find. That's good. I hate that I'm just gonna burn everything. So.
Tally up!
I don't want everything to eventually move towards this. Burning stuff is fun. I just don't want it to be something that happens every time. But to me, that's what I like is where the game's the same every time.
Final round.
It's good points though. Woohoo! Look at it go! Incredible. 159, pretty good. Larger mill. I'm gonna have like no rocks in here by the time we're done. Reduced flint. Yeah, get rid of the flint. Now I think we won't have flint. Oh, we had one flint. Oh, because it was there before. Yeah, see, like too many steeples. It'd be nice to have like a steeple build as an option. I don't have the way of scaling it properly. I was thinking of making it so like every time you have a different steeple here, do a multiple. So that you get that's probably what I should do.
Tally up!
So much money.
Choose wisely.
Larger mill. I don't know. There might be no jewels going now. This is kind of funny. It pushes back my text there. 7. So much money. I'll take swapper, make my hammer stronger. That should not be a problem. Picture of a hammer or something.
Round 1.
Show image of hammer. It's a little small. I can do like again.
Tally up!
Like this, but it's just like what happens normally is it happens. And
Wisdom
like I said,
minor.
a variation.
Round
I'm
1.
a sucker for. I think this is the end of the demo. Yep. Okay. And just double check to make sure everything's getting reset. Yep. That looks good. Okay. Let's do a couple of the low-hanging fruit. So I wrote down the strength image needs to show a picture of a hammer instead of a bomb thing. So I'm going to go into my data. Upgrades. Strength upgrade. Change it from this bomb to like. Where's my hammer image? This thing? Yeah. I think that'll be less confusing. Mark that off the list. Well, making progress. Add new cursor. I think I had something else in here. Improve log animation. Fix hopper to customer distribution. Yeah, I'll do that one. So the problem with this is that you've got a hopper, and that hopper is right above the customers, and that's where all of the resources go when you break them. So they're scored at the end of the round. I may make them instant at some point, so they just score as you get them, which I think might be interesting. But there's also some things that were suggested to do with the hopper, like using them to power other tools and stuff, which I think is a pretty neat idea. So yeah, I'm going to still do this. The distribution either way should be similar. So the problem is when the hopper gets distributed, I thought I upgraded this. Your version is no longer supported or serviced. Upgrade to that. Terminate support. I thought I already updated. So I want to look for hopper. Here's my hopper UI. Get hopper position at index. Get hopper position in parent. Who's using this? I just need to find the code that distributes it. I don't think it's the hopper position I'm actually looking for. I think I need a customer manager. Customer manager. A buddy of mine looked at this and was like, "You have way too many things open." You know, he might have a point there, but I guess I could clean some things up. You know, close all but pinned is pretty common, but it doesn't clear me out much. How is everybody doing today? Are you making games? Are you playing games? I pray that God blesses you and your family, that you're having your life is full of hope and truth. God is good. Okay. So what were the customer managers? Where was that? Should be around here somewhere. Okay, so here's where it is processing the items from the hopper. It moves to the collect position. Then it waits for a little bit. Looks like it then processes the item. So I think its move to cell position might be the issue. Like a customer UI moves to cell position, right? And what this is doing is trying to grab the customer list by index, which I think I've improved this. I think yeah, move to collect position. Do I know what customer it is? It's going through the loop hopper, which is a list of red items. Process items from hopper. Then it waits and it says process item. Yeah, process item here knows who the customer is, who the customers are. I think that's the problem. When I process it, this is where I should be doing it. I should take these out. And instead of customer UI, I should say customer. dot customer UI dot move. What was that? Wasn't that customer UI it was referencing? Yeah, so why is there not a move to collect position there? Customer. Oh, it's customer card UI. Okay. So let's go to customer UI. Basically remove this from this customer UI guy and put it in customer card UI. Show reward. So I want the loot transform. I don't care about the index anymore. What I want to do, this is like grabbing a customer card UI, which I don't think I need that. Loot transform dot do move. I don't think I have a collect position in here. I think we'll just start with there, right? No collect position. Yeah, I do have collect position. Okay. Collect. Yeah, dot collect position. Position is a transform dot position sequence time. I think that'll do it. Looks like I had some other easings for like doing bounces and stuff. But I think this also needs to be capitalized. Function should be capitalized. Why? I don't know. Just so you can see the difference between a function call and a variable, I guess. Okay, then I go back to my customer manager. I have to make this, do I have to do like an old task if I'm going to do a bool? Async, awaitable, and then what do I have to do a bool like this? It's been a while since I've done an awaitable. Is that right? Looks right. And then move to collect position. And then I don't need an index. I don't have a grid item. So I'm going to put a grid item in. Grid item. I think I'm thinking of this wrong because it's not like I'm going to have each grid item go in and then process it one at a time. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'll try it. Grid item. And hey, it's not awaited. Okay. Await. Alright. So what I'd expect to see...
Wisdom Minor!
Expect to see the resources coming out of the loot and actually flying down to the correct customer. I think I need to have an animation
Round one.
Pulse, or have some like light up so you can like see it at a glance. Let's see. What up, Edwin?
Wisdom Minor! Tally up!
How's your day going?
Round two.
Be-doo. Okay, well. There we go. Yeah, that's better. It's flying to the right place. That kind of bugged me for a while. So I'm just doing a little bit of polish today as well, and also there's some good feedback I got from some people, and usually when I get feedback, I really want to try to implement it, you know, and I didn't get it in the last update, so I want to do that. One of them was they're saying that they don't know where their cursor is, and I put this little hammer thing in, but it is kind of confusing. So maybe I'll just replace it with something simple for now. I thought the idea of having like a shadow of the tool you're using would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. If it's bugging one person, I guess that's good enough for me to change it. So I can go down to the mouse tool and look at what the hover sprite is, and I could probably just change that to something.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Does that fix it?
Wisdom Minor.
Nope, that didn't fix it, did it? It looked like it took away the
Wisdom Minor.
image of my hammer.
Round 1.
Tool renderer. Let's try this. Let's try something different. It doesn't have a sprite animation attached to it. Maybe that'll make a difference. No, it's still doing that. Okay, so hammer shadow. Maybe that's.
Wisdom Minor. Round
I
1.
think that the hammer shadow should be changing, but maybe not. Maybe hammer shadow. It's definitely not centered. And when I do that, it's not even updating the hammer. Maybe the hammer hasn't shown in a while. I don't know. This seems to work, but the hammer down isn't showing. Huh. Maybe it's actually part of the problem with the tool. I go to my tools and I go to the hammer. Yeah. Huh. I don't know what's going on with that. What day are you planning on leaving to go to CG? Oh, Thursday. Since you're leaving on your road trip on Thursday.
Wisdom Minor. Round
And when
1.
does it start? On Friday or Saturday? I assume. Feel free to ignore me if you're in the middle of
Tally up.
Wisdom Minor.
Round 2.
I don't like that that's not centered, but I'm also not sure if that's actually the problem. Alright, I guess I'll just figure out, put the hammer back in if it's not in there. So I'm going to go to use tool, follow mouse, update spamming, for spamming a hammer animation not done. Tool renderer sprite down sprite. Let's see what this is giving me.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Attach it. Let's see what I'm getting from my down sprite. Nice. That's cool. I wish I was going with you, bro. So it's not even calling use tool. It's calling follow mouse, but not use tool. Is that calling? No, that's not calling either. Alright. So follow mouse is working, but use tool is not working. If they find all references, they can probably see that this is looking for somebody that's broadcasting it. Is anybody actually? No, nobody's broadcasting use tool. Maybe they should be though. If I go to player, go down here, and I say use tool, and it says use current tool. If you can't use it, then do this error thing. Otherwise, say current tool use. Current tool use looks like it has specific stuff to it. I'm just going to go ahead and say else. Highlight, okay. Then I'll say for my broadcast, let's see if we can find tool about use current tool, mouse tool. See what happens if I put this in there. Do broadcast. And for some reason this messenger is making me put in messenger mode.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Listener, which is not normal. I'm not sure why that started doing that. Maybe it's a Unity 6 thing. My hammer shows up. See, the hammer haven't been showing up.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Okay, it's running now. Whoa, yeah, cool. Look at that go. Okay. Something tells me I need to
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
back. Yeah, I think part of the problem is that this
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Gosh. Hospital's actually getting updated. Probably should. Let me know if the volume is too loud. It seems like it might be too loud to me, but okay, this is not right. Yeah, so I think I need to make sure that the icon is changing. Is anybody actually changing this? I'm just gonna add a function that does it, because I don't know if anybody's actually. This guy is. So use tool just sets it up. Okay. I'm gonna say after update, public void set tool display tool data. I'm gonna say down sprite equals tool data down. Got an attack sprite. Do we have a hover sprite option? We do. Hover sprite. It's funny I put this data in, but I haven't used it. I just didn't even notice it doesn't exist, which shows you pretty clearly that I'm a mechanics driven game player. Down sprite, hover sprite equals tool data, hover sprite, attack sprite I think I called it. Interesting. Okay, do I need anything else? No. Now I have to make sure whenever I switch the tool that this stuff gets set. So where do I switch my tool? Probably in my tool belt. I have to move my stuff. Why can't I not move this down? Weird. Okay. Use current tool. Can use. I just want to figure out where I select a tool. Okay. Okay, bold tool if needed. Then a current tool. Then I say. Oh, I think I think this tool doesn't actually have a link anywhere. I might have to just do it with messaging. Figure it out. It's mouse tool. Does mouse tool have anybody find all references associated with it? No. I'll just add another listener. I'll say copy this, name it set tool display. And I'm going to throw in tool data into here so that the messenger has a payload, message has a payload of what I want, and then I just say set tool display. And then I do a remove listener here. Probably no reason I have to do messaging for this, but I copy this, go back to where I was, tool belt. Change it to a broadcast, and then give it the tool data, which is current tool. Current tool is a tool, so I'll just go dot tool data. There we go. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like when we have different tools floating around. The game is a lot louder than you. Okay, thanks. I wonder what I do for that. Do I just reduce it in I'll see if I can reduce the
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
So I don't have to make this. Looks like there's desktop audio. I'll just reduce that down to here. My -3 decibels. I don't know if that's better. I'll try.
Wisdom Minor, round 1.
Is that a little quieter? I don't know. Huh, that didn't switch it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a breakpoint in here. And put a breakpoint in tool data as well. Tool. Mouse tool. Where's mouse tool? It's right down. Oh, it's right down here. Now it's up. I can put it up here. I prefer putting it down, but for some reason it's not letting me like drag it down. It's pretty annoying. Oof. Okay, so I'm going to put something in set tool display as well. So it's using down sprite and hover sprite, and this guy down here is saying down sprite. So that should do it. I'm guessing the message isn't getting sent when I do this. No, it is. F5, it comes in here, and it says down sprite is hammer down. Now it should be hammer down again. Okay, maybe I didn't click on what I thought I did. Click here. Don't need this one anymore. Yeah, it says hammer down. So maybe the tool, what is the tool? A swapper tool says hammer down. Okay. Maybe I don't actually have a swapper data. Let's see if I go to swapper. Yeah, the hover sprite says hammer shadow. And the attack sprite is hammer down, so I guess...
Wisdom Minor.
Where's my... I guess I did do it. Okay, I got a swapper thing here, at least when it goes down. And maybe the hover. Now I'll make the hover sprite that too. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we can at least see it's working. Swapper, swapper, swapper. I think it's gonna work now. It doesn't do. It doesn't actually set it until. It's pretty big, man. Yeah. Well, the first thing I need to do is make it so once this happens that it says
Wisdom Minor.
render dot
Round 1.
sprite equals hover sprite. That'll at least do what I need to do. But and this won't really matter for, you know, mobile, because mobile doesn't have a hover over. Yeah, it's not good. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Time me 3:07. .3:10. 3 minutes. I'm the master pooper. Wisdom Minor! You can reduce the desktop volume in OBS or reduce the audio in OBS. Yeah, does it sound any better to you? I feel like the volume is too high in general in the game, but I wonder if I have a master audio that I could just reduce that. I think that's under like probably under audio. manager, tab manager. There's all the things that have run. They're connected to. Huh. None. No master mixer. Okay. Probably should just add a master mixer. Create. We have like an audio mixer. Yeah, audio mixer. Oh, they already have one in there. I'll call this master audio mixer. Huh. Threshold volume -80. Forgot how this works. Master mixer.
Wisdom Minor.
Really doesn't
Round
look like
one.
there's that much going on in here. I thought there was some kind of like volume. Let's see if it actually is quieter now.
Wisdom Minor. Round one.
Nope. Can I update it here? No. I don't think it's actually set up properly. It probably needs me to set up that music group and all this. Yeah,
Wisdom Minor.
do it later.
Round one.
Wisdom Minor.
So big. Maybe I'll just make one of these things. Okay. Going to GIMP. If you see this video, please like and subscribe if you want. If you want to see me bumble through this game. I'd like to have more people watching. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know, if you do like a stream, are you supposed to like repost that to your like main channel or something? I don't know if many people see the like little stream VODs I make. Okie doke, recently used. I have to open this up. File open. Oh, okay. Swapper, this is the one I wanted. So I take this and wow, this is so big, probably gets on my other screen. Shrink her down to like here, move it around to here. Then reduce the opacity on this thing. First I want to change the whole color to black. How do I do that? Colors, hue saturation, can I just turn it to black. Hue doesn't matter at this point, I guess. Okay, I kind of like it to be a little darker, but then I just reduce the opacity a little bit, maybe. I feel like it needs to be even smaller. Then I'll do a file, export as, I'll call it swapper, hover. Then if I go back to my game, and I go to my tools under data, and I look at my tool, and I look at my swapper.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Swapper hover. I thought that was going to be smaller. Did I not finish exporting it? Let's see. Maybe it's because... Oh, okay. I think that's better. Maybe I should do it with the hammer too, similar to something like this. Maybe I don't want the shadow. Maybe I'll just do the same thing I did with that. For the hammer, file open. Kind of have like a hammer. What's strength look like? Drill swapper, drill vertical. Is it under images or something? Hammer down. Yeah, okay, I can open that. Come back in here, paste that. Can I not paste it? There it goes. Whoa, it's huge. 2 new layer. And then scale. Then I go to colors, hue saturation, saturate it all the way down, lightness all the way down. Hue doesn't matter, okay. Then reduce the opacity a little bit. And file, export as, hammer hover.
Wisdom Minor.
I think this will be a good
Round
start.
1.
I think, see how that looks.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
You know, it doesn't look like it's coming down and smashing. It'd be nice if I had some kind of animation that did that. Maybe it's better though. I don't know. I think it looks better with the swapper than the hammer, probably. Might still be too big. should maybe have a highlight for this hammer that does this. Seems like I should be able to do that because hammer, does it have its own little code attached to it? It does hammer. Okay. I wanted to highlight the blocks like this one does with the hammer. So I'm going to go to the hammer code. Should be a code called hammer. And the tools have like highlight options, so I'm going to look at what swapper does. Basically just copy that. So there's on hover over block, and then it uses this. The cleanup seems like it destroys a selection instance, so I could probably just copy all this. Move it over to the hammer. It doesn't have a selection instance, which this guy does here. I don't know if I need selected block or not. Looks like maybe I do. It's getting the block that's looks like it's to the right to get the next block. I don't need next block. Yeah, I don't like bars. They always just make me feel like it's just people being lazy. But there's plenty of good programs that use them, so, you know, don't get offended. But it just feels like when I use it, it feels like I'm being lazy. Okay, so this thing's basically just setting up the selection instance, scaling it, getting the position, grabbing the parent, and then cleaning it up. So now all I have to do is, I'm guessing this has to set what that is here, so it grabs who sets the selection instance? Oh, it's right here. Right, so it's grabbing the optional prefab. So what I need to do then is I mean, this is one way to do it. I could also spawn it by putting it in the prefabs, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for selection. I like filling map selection. Palm selection. Where's swapper selection? That one's a lot closer to what I want to do. What's it called? Swap block, probably? Yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to call it single block selection. Go into here, go to the swap block, make that one. Single block selection, sounds good. Then I'm going to go to my tools, my hammer
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
with my optional prefab with a single block selection. Maybe this will, again, this is just PC, but you know, it's gonna, okay, there we go, now it's highlighting it. It's not updating quick enough. Why did it take so long to update?
Hurry up!
Boink.
Round 2.
It does show that there's some improvements that can be made.
Tally up!
It makes a little hit sound too. I do need to work on sound effects at some point.
Final round.
Stone wheel. Some larger mill. I think I wanted the stone wheel to do something different too, because right now it's I don't know, they might give you too many points. I think it gives you 17 or something, which was the cost of all of the materials if stones cost 2. Okay, well, I wanted to add a new cursor, and I did. I also added highlighting. Okay, add 1 jeweler upgrade. Yeah, so we've done 2 things. I've got the highlighting working. The images for these.
Tally up!
I think. I haven't looked at what the bomb looks like. Let me test that out now.
Choose wisely.
Smell like we
Round 1.
bean. Oh, good. I can buy the drill and the bomb. I'll see what these look like. I don't need this running anywhere. I'll do this. Alright, so if I click here, this just shows this. So I use it. Yeah, it just looks like a hammer. This, I don't know if this one necessarily. This is interesting because it shows that it's got the icon of what's going to be down there, but it's not actually hooked to your mouse. I don't know if that might be better. I don't know. But it shows a little hammer fall down. Yeah, it's something to think about. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Feel low energy. Kind of hides what you're swapping to a little bit. The hammer is probably not as important, but I feel like the swapper could be like half the size. Okay, only been streaming for 65 minutes. Okay, so I want to add a new, what does it say? Add new updates. I'm going to add a new update to the jeweler. So to do is I want to check to see if there's 3 in a row. And if there's 3 in a row, then I'm going to make, I don't know, call it a tiara or a crown. I think it'd be cool if I had metal to have like 3 jewels with 3 pieces of metal underneath it or something. But I think the thing that's closest to this is the log. So I'm going to go to the jeweler customer, move it to the end. I don't get why this is not letting me actually move it where I want it to go. It's very annoying. Maybe I need to update this. I just updated it recently. It's kind of weird. Jeweler, then I need the mill. Ugh, can't even drag it. What is up with that? I'm just closing this down, opening it back up. Can I move things now? Okay. Here's the mill. So mill highlighting. Steeple group, here it is. No, here it is. I'll make this called highlight. Tiaras. What do you call a tiara? It's like a crown tiara. What does tiara mean? Crown. The name tiara finds its origins in the Latin language, where it derives the word tiara meaning crown. As a name, tiara represents the regal and esteemed nature of the crown itself, though throughout history the name tiara has been adopted by various cultures and used to invoke a sense of majesty and nobility. I don't know, I always thought of tiara as like a more feminine, like smaller kind of crown. But it looks like it's spelled Tiara. Tiara. So now we're going to get horizontal collected blocks of type. Gem? Yeah. Tiara. It's going to be a list of, what do they call this? Some kind of special type of block, right? Block group. Block group. Tiaras. It's interesting though, because the tiara, I only wanted to pick up groups of 3. I wonder if I should do it in a different way, like closer to the way, since I don't want to just do a continual connected group. Or I could just go in here and say if the group is 3. Let's try that. If group dot blocks dot count equals 3. Whoop. Then I don't know why it's turned gray. If the group is equal to 3, then go through all of them and then set the correct highlight for each one based on the group and then highlight it. Okay. Void highlight gems at bottom. We'll probably have to use a blacklist for this so that these tiaras at the bottom are don't override the tiaras, since I want the tiaras to have a better scoring, probably. Okay, so now I can just test out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out the highlighting to make sure that it's working. And once the highlight's working, then I'm going to create. I might create a test if it takes too long to figure out how to make these, how to get these in the wild. And then I'm going to create the scoring for it, and then I'm going to create an upgrade choice for it that flags these to turn them on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make sure that we have the right customer that generates the gems.
Wisdom Miner.
I'm going to go into the
Round 1.
what's it called? The customer. I'm going to go ahead and add the jeweler. Hit play.
Wisdom Miner. Round 1.
Okay. I have, looks like I can test this out quick. It's not highlighting. So, it's grabbing the jewel, it's going through all these, and it's figuring it out. Highlight tiara. Oh. No, this is... Oh, it's jewel, not a gem, okay. I'm gonna rename this then. If we're gonna call it a jewel, let's keep that consistent, because the gem is different.
Wisdom
Jewel.
Miner. Round 1.
Okay, let's try it again. God is good. God is great.
Wisdom Miner.
The work of my hands.
Round 1.
Bless my mind. Your will be done in my life. Okay, so that's getting highlighted. There's very few. Yeah.
Wisdom Miner. Round
There
1.
was only 3 gems there. It would have taken me a minute to. Wisdom Miner. What I'll go ahead and do is just. I could create a test that would be pretty quick probably to do this, but okay. This should do it. So I go right. Okay, that's good. Now the other thing I want to test is to make sure if I put 3 in, that it doesn't give me 2. Well, okay, that doesn't count. That's interesting. Should I make that count or not? Also, it would be cool if you got those 3 together, if it actually changed the look of it to look like something, like morphed into something else. I think that would be amazing. I don't know, that might be worth doing. I think that I would still want this to show up. Yeah, because I think I'd want them to be able to put them close together if they wanted. So I'm going to change how the logic works. This logic was just kind of quick. It was basically, hey, get them all. The problem is this crawler doesn't know to stop when it's a certain length. I guess I could add that in. Or I could do something more similar to the way I did it with the stone. Yeah. Stone wheel. That all references. Yeah, stone wheel's pretty. That's good. It's kind of big. Get wheels. It goes through and it just grabs everything that has a certain type, and then it looks all around it. What else did I do this with? Oh, it was the mill. It's highlight steeples, but the steeples is still pretty big. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of gross. What is this doing? This one's, oh yeah, so it's looking for logs all around it. Hey, get steeples. I guess I'll use this. It just seems like a big chunk of code to me. And if I keep doing this, I feel like I probably should make something that lets me just like pass in a grid of something and then it returns if it finds it. How would I do that? I would pass in the directions, and then for each direction I would tell it what kind of thing I'd want in it, and it would return me the list of groups. Because I think I'd have to have the direction I want to be there. Yeah, I'll just do that. What the heck? Might as well just keep it clean. So I'm going to put it in here. Refill empty blocks. I'll just put it right here. So get all patterns. Get patterns. Get patterns. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need to give it is a list. Give the list of the directions, but I want to tell it what direction is what. I'm going to make a new structure called public class. I'm going to call it pattern object. There's got to be another better word for that. But inside it is going to be a vector to int vector to int offset, and then a type, so I think it's a loot type, right? Loot data, loot type. say public pattern object, and then this is a constructor, and I'll take in vector to int offset and loot data dot loot type. Loot type. And here I will say this dot loot type equals loot type. This dot offset equals offset. Hit save, will it clean that up? Yep. And I guess that's not taking anything. And it takes a list of pattern objects. There might be a better way to do this, I don't know. Like a dictionary or something. I could pass a dictionary through that just has them all. I guess this is fine for now. So it takes a list of these, which are called pattern objects. And I'll say shape pattern. Okay. So this thing here is setting up your block group, and we're going to call it block group. Guess maybe you could use a block group for that, I don't know. Public, yeah, I'll just say list, block, shapes, group. Okay, this is getting everything with this type, so I'll just take shape pattern. This is like basically grabbing everything with that has the center of what my pattern is. Okay, I guess I'll just grab the center by looking for the offset. So I'll say block center block equals shape pattern dot first or default x dot offset. Oh, these didn't have access to yeah, why is there no offset? Are these not public down here? Dynamic and public. Okay. Public. So I'm doing a lot of shapes. It makes sense to make this, easy to use. x dot offset equals vector to int dot 0. If the center block does not equal null, but it says equal null, and I'll say debug.log error get patterns has no center block, no return. If I do have a center block, it's a list of positions. It's giving me a block too. Loot type, okay. I need block type so bad. Return new list block group. Block group equals new group. There's a problem here. Okay. Just so it doesn't give me a null error if I'm using it, it'll probably just come out an empty list. Otherwise, if we're going to do it this way, get all blocks with the loot type, then I'm going to take the center block, dot, why is that not working anymore? Cannot implicitly convert vector to a bool. Oh, okay. Cannot implicitly create pattern block to block. Okay. For show default, can I just say dot block? I forget how I do that. How I go and pull something out of inside it. This is trying to grab a pattern object. I guess I could just switch it to pattern object. Now I can just say center block dot loot type. Okay, so now basically it's grabbing everything, all the blocks that have this center block that I want, and then it's got cardinal directions, but I'm not using cardinal directions. I'm going to rename this to found pattern. And I'm giving a direction, but in this case I will just say I'm going to say for each shape pattern, yeah, it's called shape pattern, right? Pattern object. in shape pattern. I'm going to look for the get block. It's going to be pattern object dot I want to take the center block, so center block dot offset plus the direction is going to be pattern object dot offset. Little p, not big P, dot offset. So this is going to be, it's going to say from the center of my pattern, grab the offset, and from the offset, grab my next block. Now I'm trying to get the, this is actually looking for the highlight block list, which is this thing that allows me to globally set things that have already been considered a piece of a shape, so I don't intersect other shapes. Then it's checking to say, hey, is it in there? If so, I didn't find it, and then we just skip ahead to the next block. And these are going through every single block in the grid that has the same loot type. Okay. So I'm not worried about the highlight block list because I'm not adding to it yet. But next block data loot type is that. What's the next block? Yeah, so he's saying, hey, if I'm equal to what I would expect in my pattern object, so I'll say pattern object dot loot type. I was checking, each thing in the direction of that. Then it says steeple group, which I'm going to rename this to pattern group, because this is a patterns, there should be a pattern group and a patterns group. Yeah, shapes group. So this will be called rename shape group. Because there's going to be a group of, I want to see all the shapes that will work for this. The reason I have the shapes group is I want to make sure that it's not intersecting with itself. If you have a group of 4 jewels, for instance, and you found that there's a tiara there, I don't want there to be 2 tiaras in that in that row of 4. I want there to only pick one, the first one that I found. So that's what this is doing. Then I'm saying add it to the shape group. If it did, there's a steeples group. I'm guessing that since it has an S, this is actually saying, hey, I found a pattern, add it to the shapes group, which is in the big group I'm going to send with all the tiaras I found on the map. Add the shape group to the shapes group. And then this one is this is basically taking all of the thing that it found in that last group and is adding it to the black list, so that nobody else, if there's another shape of jewels that we have later, that it won't intersect with other shapes. I'm adding it to the highlight block list. Then it's saying my block list here, what is this block list? Is equal to, yeah, it's just block list. Is it using anywhere? This looks like it's removing it from this block list. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, so it just doesn't have to go through again. Seems like that potentially could have an issue with before each removing something from something you're iterating through. Haven't seen a problem with it yet, so return shapes group. But it's something to keep an eye on. One advantage of putting it all in the same place is that if you do find an error, you don't have to go through and fix it in all the different places you had it. Okay, so I got to get patterns. I know that was a bit of a side quest. Hopefully this works. So now when we highlight the tiara, what I want to do is say game grid dot get shapes pattern, get patterns. And then it's going to be a list of block groups. All it takes in is a pattern. So I'm going to have to create a list of pattern objects. So I'm going to say list pattern object tiara pattern equals new. Then I'm going to tiara pattern. I'm going to add all the things that we meant for tiara, which I think this one should be pretty good. Tiara pattern dot add new pattern object. And since I have a constructor, I can put it in right here. The offset, I'll do the left first, which is vector to int dot left. And I'll add what kind of loot type I want it to be. Loot data dot, it's going to be a jewel. So it'll be a jewel on the left. I need two of these. Jewel on the left, jewel in the middle, and a jewel on the right. Well, 0, and then right. So I have the pattern, and I send it into my get patterns, and I take the pattern of that. Then I can go through all the tiaras, and I don't need to do this groups equals 3 anymore. It's just basically going to go through all of them, and it's going to use the auto tile to create the border of it. Okie doke. And I think to test it, I am going to create just a debug. I think that'll just be quicker to test this, so I'm going to create a new one. Test tiara. When I go into my debug, making a debug UI is just so handy for development and for testing. It's just incredible. If you want to know more about how I set these things up, let me know. I use them almost every time, well, in every game. So I go into the debug UI and I write the specific code, and usually for these type of things, it's kind of similar, right? So what I'm going to do is, to test it out, there's 10. I'm just going to make a line of tiaras in the middle. Test line of tiaras. Line of tiaras. So I'm going to go ahead and change everything here to stone. But for if it's, let's say, 4, if y is 4, then I'm basically going to create the block and make it a jewel. And to make sure the block factory can make jewels, I don't think it can. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go into my block factory. Yeah, I don't have a jewel in here. I'll just say jewel. This is just a factory that just adds objects to a dictionary, and then it's just quick to look up. So now I'm going to look for my jewel block. Now when I look for it, it'll give it to me. Then I'm going to go back down to my debug and use this test tiara and hook up the onClick to new test tiara. Line of tiaras, okay.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Change the text here. Line of tiaras.
Wisdom Minor.
Wisdom Minor. Let me know if that's still too loud. Okay, so I click down here. I say test line of tiaras. It gave me an error because it said that it didn't find tiara. Or it didn't find... what happened here? Block factory. Yeah, so I did something wrong here. Let's go back to my block factory. Maybe I didn't add it. Yeah, I didn't add it. Okay.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Well, I'm using Odin script to be able to serialize what are they called? Dictionaries in the editor, which can be very useful for creating quick tools. I recommend it. The only problem is they charge like a per seat cost, which is pretty annoying. I don't like it. I understand it. If you got a big company, you probably want to make more money off of them and stuff, but it just makes you just not want to use the tool. Okay, let's test this out. Line of tiaras. Nope, another problem. Again. Is it not serializing? It's not serializing.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Okay, well, I probably have to say add. Then I have to save it, and then save to the project before it'll save. Scriptable objects are not good at saving. Alright, I created a line. Now, I need to fix the problem where it doesn't automatically update, but okay, that's not good. What we're seeing here is that it's not working. So, I'm going to go back to dual customer, say highlight tiara. It should be called, I'm going to see what I get from my pattern. Attach to Unity. And then when I hit this hammer, it should be trying to do a highlight again. And that should let me test it out. Okay, so I got a pattern of left, right, and 0, and it's a jewel. I'm guessing this is not returning. No, it's not returning anything. So there's probably a small problem that I can fix pretty quickly, I'm guessing. Okay, so to test it out, I'm going to click here, F11, and I'm just going to follow it through. Okay, the first thing it did is to say, give me the one with the 0 offset. Does it give me that? It does. It gives me a jewel at 0, 0. Then I come down here and it says, get all the blocks with the loot type of jewel. Did I get them? Yeah, I got 10, which is exactly how many I should get, a full line of jewels. Then I go down here and it says, hey, give me everything with the shape. Give me the block with the center block offset, which is 0, plus the pattern block offset, which is -1. So this is looking at the one on the left first. And it's saying, give me the block called next block. So I come down there. Yeah, okay, it's going to keep going until it finds a jewel. So I'll just skip ahead until it finds one. If it doesn't find one, then that's our problem. It's doing a highlight twice. Okay, well that's the problem then, right? Problem is, come on. The problem is here. It's never getting get block is never finding something at this position. You know what, maybe the thing I'm doing wrong is I'm checking the center block offset, so this is always just going 0. It's going around the 0 position. That makes sense, and it's never finding, it should still find something at that position. I think I'm probably supposed to be just grabbing the block from each one. Am I using this block anywhere? No. But that's probably what I need to do, is the block position. That's probably what's happening here in my mill, right? It's like it's grabbing all the directions and then it's getting the block. Yeah, okay, that's the problem. Problem is it shouldn't be center block offset. It should be block dot position plus my pattern object. Okay. Alright.
Wisdom Minor.
And
Round 1.
cool, thanks, bro.
Wisdom Minor.
Play tiaras. Okay, that's working. So what I expect is if I drop this down, it will pick a new one. If I drop this, that'll break. Great, okay. That's nice. I can basically redo all my shapes to simplify them. Pretty cool, dude. Nice. Noise. Love it. Alright, so that's just the highlighting, that's not scoring. But the way I have it set up is if I go back to the jeweler, here's the highlight, right? I make a pattern of how the tiara should look, and then I go through them and I just do the highlighting code. And I don't know, maybe I want to do this same.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Maybe I want to like create this pattern at the beginning and then just keep using it. You can see there's highlights jewels at the bottom, which I didn't check to see if that was still working, but I assume it is. I'll double check that real quick.
Wisdom Minor.
Wisdom Minor. Yeah, that's still working. Okay. And the reason I want to create this like new option for gems is if somebody decides that they're like building towards a gem build, I want it to be useful. Right now it seems like coal is the most useful thing. There's a few different reasons for that, but I want everything to be interesting so that I want people to kind of be able to shape the game, but not so much that they don't get variations and they can't just constantly do whatever the best thing is every time, you know. I want them to bend but not be able to bend the rules, not be able to completely like do exactly what they want, because then, I mean, there's no reason to make a roguelike, really. If you have choices and then the choices aren't interesting, then it's, in my opinion, not a very interesting choice or interesting game. Okay, so how do I want to do this? So right now, here's process final. This right here handles scoring the blocks at the bottom, which I don't think is doing a very good job of looking good. And I may take it out completely, because I was thinking about having another customer called like an undertaker that like wants to drop them to the bottom, drop the caskets to the bottom, which I think makes a lot more sense than burying a gem. It's kind of like the opposite of what you want to do usually. Family just got home. Close my door so they don't make too much noise. I love them though. So I'll just make another function here. Process gems at bottom. Void. Put all this in here. Put this up here. Async awaitable. It's throwing an error because I've got await functions in here and it's not wait. And it wasn't awaitable, so making await does not work if it's not awaitable. Make another one down here, say process tiaras. Async awaitable tiaras. Process tiara is basically going to be the same code here. I don't know. Probably won't be exactly the same. I'm sure it won't be exactly the same. I'm going to do the process tiaras first. Because I think it's going to score better than the bottom ones. And then I put that in here, so I'm not highlighting anymore. And this is a blacklist, which I don't care about. Okay, so now I just need to add the scoring and everything. Am I scoring the loot type in here? Loot data, loot, jewel, loot data. Yeah, I don't know if this is where I want to put it, but I'll put it here for now. Equals loot data. Then I can get a hold of this and I can use it for scoring, although, you know, because later on I might want to make it so gems are worth, 20 instead of 10, and then I want this to scale as well, probably. So here's process gems at the bottom, here's process this. What I want to do is I want to highlight them all. So first I'm going to go through all of them and I'm going to do a highlighting. I'll look up how Mill's doing the highlighting really quick. Yeah, so it loops through it and it colors it red and it makes a little sound, and we'll do this. Probably a better way to do this. coloring red is kind of boring. And then we'll go through all of these again. Wait, no, it's just for this. So we got a group of tiaras, we highlight it. For each group. Okay, we highlight this. Then we take the block and then I think we score. We gain money, then we give cash, and we play cash register, and then we wait, and then we remove them. So I could probably just copy this. I want to have more interesting scoring that's specific to each one, but group.blocks.count. Times multiplier, I'm going to multiply it by 2, so it's worth 2060 probably for that. I think it seems a little high, but we'll start with that. Then there's this like show log points. What does show log points do? Basically just puts it in the middle. Yeah, we'll do this. Puts the oh, there's a show points. Is what I want though? No. Show combo points. You know, I mean, it's kind of easy. Like, there's always going to be 3. I probably don't need to count it. But maybe I'll have a wide tier upgrade. I don't know. Show combo points. And the group. So this will show a little money popping up blink in the middle of the tiara. Then this shows the money on the and gives the XP on the customer. Then I give the player the cash for it. Then I do a cash register, and then I go through each of these and I delete it. Remove block and then break it without making any noise or screen shake or anything. I'm doing this same stuff a lot. I really think I should probably, if I am not making specific like individual animations for all these, I probably need to make this type of stuff. Just like pass all this information in and have it handle it generically.
Wisdom Minor.
Because it is
Round 1.
Copy paste code, and I think creating
Tally up.
Okay, so now I'm going to test to see if
Round
I
2.
can if these score properly.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
I'll just start with the tiaras. Nope. Alright, process tiaras. Wait for a sec, collect material, then I do the scoring. Alright, let's just see the score.
Tally up.
Attached Unity. Highlights working great. Not worried about that. Get patterns. Working great. Okay, how many TRs we got? We got 0 TRs. So get patterns is not working. You know what I think? I think it probably got blacklisted. I'm going to take the blacklist out, I think. Get patterns. Where's my blacklist? Yeah, I'm going to take out this for now. If I want to add this to the highlighting blacklist, I probably just
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Customer not here. I'm going to
Tally up.
see if that solves my problem. I think it's like, you know, when I'm highlighting it, it's basically saying, oh, you can't use this anymore. So when it tries to, like, get the scoring, it's not finding it.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Beep. Boom. Okay. I just realized this doesn't seem to be highlighting anymore. Okay, that's not it. Whatever I took out of it, it says if you get value is there, pattern false break. Try to get value, otherwise found pattern false. Why is highlight blacklist? Oh, this one seems okay though. Basically adds highlight to the highlight blacklist here. This one here is keeping it so that this list does not intersect itself.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
I'm going to take this out for now. I think there's probably, I think I want to have an option to turn this thing on, the blacklist on and off, but
Tally up.
not right now. I want to get this thing working first. Alright, yeah, so this is intersecting between itself. It's just going to have an error once it starts scoring. Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm trying to delete blocks that don't exist. But what's the point of this except here? This is basically saying, hey, my block list, I want to shrink it down, but I know that that's usually not good in this type of for each, so. I would have thought that this would have solved my problem. But it's not. Okay. Block list except shapes, groups, dot blocks. To list. Block list. It's probably just because the block list, which is way above there, isn't handling this. Okay. What up, dude? I saw you put a little cooking, bro. Yeah, buddy. You doing something awesome? Want to show me? Yes. Alright. So, I'm checking to see the blacklist. This does work fine. The problem is that the highlight blacklist is maybe I need to clear it before I do it. Maybe I'll try that. I need to take a break in a minute because I need to need to walk around and get some fresh air. Warm, fresh air. Oh, I'm cooking. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. So I love you, bro. I'm happy that we're sitting here and making games together. I think that's great. Okay, what I'm going to do is before I run my in some ways it seems like you should be able to like go through and just rebuild it based on your highlights, so you don't have to run it twice, but if I say process items from Hopper after I'm done here, I could just go here and say
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
highlight blacklist.clear. Maybe that'll
Tally up. Round 2.
properly calculate the
Wisdom Minor.
money. Let's see. Okay. Five, dude. It's making 5. Clearly I didn't do the cost right, but okay, that fixed it. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. I do like how much smaller this code is looking, although this could be something that's maybe generalized, but I need to go up and change my reward. So it says blocks count, and I need to multiply this by jewel loot data dot value. Then I multiply that.
Wisdom Minor.
I multiply
Round
which
1.
is 2, so I should be getting 60 instead of 30.
Tally up.
Wisdom Minor.
See, look how cool these little test things are. Look how quick for testing things out. Is the sound of the game still super loud? Why did that die? Probably because my jewel data was... Oh, I did a jewel data, but I didn't process any jewels. Interesting. That's pretty good. reason for that. Yeah, I don't know. Probably a better way to do this. I probably could. I'll just do 10 for now. Come back through and clean this up.
Wisdom Minor.
I should verify that my jewels are actually worth 10 though.
Round 1.
Jewel loot data 10, yeah.
Tally up.
Thank you, Lord, for letting me create things.
Round 2. Tally up.
There we go, 60, 60, 60. More jewels, baby!
Final round. Tally up.
60, it's a lot. Okay. Smaller query. That means more jewels, right? Oh,
Choose wisely.
more jewels. Okay. Choose wisely. Yeah, strength looks better than a bomb now. Okay. So that works. The next thing I need to do is I need to add, it's probably the last thing I'll do for the stream, is I'm going to add the new upgrade. So I go to upgrades, the jeweler, we just have the count upgrade and the downgrade. Duplicate this, I'll say jeweler tiara upgrade. Inside it I will say description. Um, 3 jewels in a row next to each other. I guess. Sparkly upgrade name. Tiara. And the upgrade sprite is going to look like, what's upgrade sprite going to look like? It's just a jewel. I guess I'll do that. For now. What the heck?
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
Open, I'm gonna make a sweet. Just make a sweet picture real quick for it.
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
We'll do this, I'll say line of tiaras. Go back here. Loop, loop, loop. Bloop, blop, bleep. Scale, file, export as tiara. then I go into the thing I'm working on, which is the customer upgrade, tiara upgrade. I take a picture, I say tiara. Okay. Allow duplicates? No. Jeweler requires a jeweler customer. That's it. That's all that it requires. This is not a production quality buff. This is a new buff called the tiara buff. So I need to go to go in here, make a new one, create C# scripting, model behavior. I'll call it a jeweler tiara buff. Right? Yeah, I just use it as a buff. I'm just make it a flag. Since it's just a flag, I don't think I have to do anything with it, right? Yeah, because this one's checking, right, to see if it steeples. Checking to see that it has it. Yeah, steeple buff, okay. I look at steeple buff does nothing, so there's my tiara buff. I go into here, go here, go into jeweler customer, and then I say I think I can do types now. Go to jeweler tiara buff. I think it's got one too many brackets. No? That's not the problem. Can't make it a buff. Oh, okay. I haven't made it a buff yet. Buff. Okay. And I need to put this in up here too. Okay. I think that's all I gotta do. Now then I have to go to my new buff over here. The data, upgrades, customer, jeweler tiara upgrade. Then I need to make a buff, jeweler tiara buff. Okay. I think that is everything I need. Oh no, then I have to add it to my group just to enable it to drop in from my upgrade factory. I get in here. I add tiara buff. Okay, now it's in the
Wisdom
upgrades.
Minor. Round 1.
What do I have with player? Do I have anything in my player? No, I'm not scheduling it. I had it there to test it, but I'll do a full test and we'll call it good.
Wisdom Minor.
Tally up.
Wisdom Minor.
Round 1.
Okay.
Round
So
2.
this is going, but if I do here, tiaras, probably should.
Tally up.
If I break 3 of them, I think 30 is what it takes to upgrade, so I think we should get
Final
an option
round.
for upgrade in jeweler to more jewels, reduce jewels. I'll do more jewels. I didn't have the option yet, so I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. More jewels. I feel like it's not in there. Did I not add that it?
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
What's it called? Tiara. I think sometimes I don't hit the add button. So I got 12. Project. Probably just didn't click add. Item with the keys instead of.
Tally up.
Okay. So I go in here. Oh, I guess it's fine.
Round 2.
What happened here? Tiaras are not showing, so.
Tally up.
Now hopefully we got a 33% chance of getting this on. There's Tiara. So if we get the Tiara, hit buy. Now it should work. Let's test it out. Yep. Okay. Now I can do more duels. So I just want to have more options, like more duels and reduced duels. It's just not that interesting. I want more and more options. When I have enough, I might have the option to like increase the amount of options as well. That'll be probably something I'll add to the store because it's like global, kind of global upgrades. Anyway, okay, so today we added new cursor highlighting, changed the strength image, improved some animations, and we added the Tiara upgrade, but we also improved the way that we can add shapes. So shapes should be a lot easier to add. I'll probably refactor it offline with some of my other shapes just to clean it all up. But yeah, I mean, it's always nice when you get to add new, things to the game, but also like make it work better, make it faster to add new stuff. So yeah, if you see this video, thanks for watching it. Appreciate you. Please play the game and give me some feedback. I could